विवेकानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। इस समय हमारे साथ उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों और भक्तों का मैं प्रेम एवं आशीर्वाद सहित स्वागत करता हूं। Today we'll expand on patterns and process of completion. Please come to the space of listening. As long as your patterns are alive, wherever you are in hell and you will create hell for others. Only when your patterns are completed, life starts for you. Life begins for you. Please listen. Please come to the space of listening. As long as your patterns living through you, as long as your patterns living through you, listen, you will never know life. It is like when a parasite is sucking all the energy from a tree, the parasite grows, tree dies. Same way, when the your patterns suck all your energy, they live, you die. Why these patterns? Because you wanted to possess your life, not own your life. If you decide to own your life and let everyone own your life, you won't have patterns. Because you want to possess your life, you constantly think you are the body and mind. Please listen. You can possess only your body and mind. You cannot possess your consciousness. That is why you never live as consciousness. You never want to reside in the space of consciousness. Understand? आज मैं विचारधारा और पूर्णत्व स्थिति के प्रक्रिया के बारे में बात करूंगा। You need to know. मूल विचारधारा क्यों उपस्थित है? क्योंकि आप अपने जीवन में मालिक बन के नहीं जीने चाहते हैं, बल्कि उस पे गप्सा करना चाहते हैं। जब तक आपके मूल सोच विचार जीवित था, आप जहां भी है, आप नरक में होंगे और नरक का निर्माण करेंगे। आप जीवन का अनुभव ही नहीं कर पाएंगे। केवल जब आप अपने मूल सोच विचार के साथ पूर्णत्व करते हैं, आप जीना आरंभ करते हैं। मूल सोच विचार परजीवी की तरह है। जब किसी पेड़ पर परजीवी उगता है, वो पेड़ मार जाता है, केवल परजीवी ही जीता है। Understand? A man who does not understand English language, what he misses in life, I cannot explain. He misses the possibility of traveling to different countries where English is spoken. Even if he travels, he needs some guide, translator. English speaking person only can understand what a person who can't understand and speak English misses. The person who can't understand English, you can list hundreds of things which he misses. He will not be able to travel freely in the country where English is spoken. He will not be able to read the great ideas available in English. Tons and tons of ideas is available in English. Whether you like it or not, English is modern day knowledge language. In ancient time, the language of knowledge is Sanskrit. All knowledge is stored in that language. Same way now, all languages are stored in English. So, tons and tons of knowledge available in English is not available to you when you don't know the language. And I wanted all of you to know, still there are tons and tons not translated. Because knowledge is so alive and current, thanks to the IT revolution. Every day it is getting updated. There is a proverb, a modern proverb. Any IT product, the more you delay, you get better product for cheap price. The more you delay buying any IT product, whether it is a cable or an iPad or iPhone, the more you delay, it gets better and better versions and the cost is dropping. I tell you, I don't see this too far. I can see in next few years, communication anywhere to anywhere at the rate of the speed of thought, free of cost, is going to be the lifestyle. You will see communication from anywhere to anywhere at the speed of the thought. The speed will be at the speed of thought. If you think, it is there. And at zero cost. Thanks to the IT revolution. Because of IT revolution, knowledge is continuously getting current. Whether it is in the field of medicine, the field of communication, or traveling, transportation, in every field, knowledge is getting continuously updated. I tell you, even in the field of spirituality, it is getting continuously updated. The way the spiritual knowledge is transmitted, spiritual experience is transmitted, the way the knowledge is transferred, the way the people experience the knowledge is getting updated. Earlier you can never imagine, if you just switch on the TV in your bedroom, you can see an incarnation live. And if you fix a web camera, he can see you live. So the way spiritual knowledge getting transmitted also is getting updated. Dhyan se suniye, listen. A person who does not know English can never understand what he is missing. Same way, the person who has not experienced completion can never understand what he is missing. What he is missing. Listen, the person who does not know completion will never realize what he is missing. Completion starts new life. It brings new energy. I just don't know how to tell you about the importance of completion. जिस मानव को अंग्रेजी का ज्ञान नहीं है वह कई देशों का यात्रा नहीं कर पाएगा, वह अंग्रेज में उपस्थित ज्ञान का भी अनुभव नहीं कर पाएगा, और ऐसे बहुत सारे चीज होता है। उसी तरह जो मानव पूर्णत्व स्थिति का अनुभव नहीं किया है वह ये कभी नहीं समझ पाएगा कि वह क्या को रहा है। अंडरस्टैंड, continuously do completion with your root patterns awakens your energy. It just awakens your energy. Completion with root pattern is basic need. When some people carry the root patterns and enter into the life, life is so boring, torturous. लगातार अपने मूल सोच विचार के साथ पूर्णत्व करना आपकी जीव ऊर्जा को जीवित करता है. The root patterns you carry takes away all the best things. How much ever you plan and develop courage, it will be swallowed, destroyed in 2 seconds. When your root pattern appears, all your courage is gone. If your lust is rooted in root pattern, please understand, you have a good news. Lust is never a root pattern. Lust can never be a root pattern. It's a good news for you. It is always rooted on some other root pattern, where you want to show yourself as hero, where you want to establish some superiority, where you want to establish you are somebody special, or you should be loved for you are who you are. There will be some other root pattern on which lust grows. If lust is root pattern, it can never be transformed. It can only be completed. Lust is not a root pattern. That is why it can be transformed. You don't need to complete it. Osho is wrong when he says it can only be completed. Understand, I am telling you directly, Osho is wrong when he says lust can only be completed. I tell you, you don't need to complete it by going into it or going through it. It can be transformed because it is not a root pattern. It sits on different root patterns. It's a good news. At least 4 or 5 root patterns create a knot on which lust sits. If you analyze each root pattern and complete with it, suddenly you will see you forget lust. Not that you will be struggling with it, you forget lust. See, if there are 5 threads knotted, if 5 threads disappear, the knot will disappear automatically. Lust is like a knot of different root patterns. Fear can be root pattern. Lust is not a root pattern. When the different root patterns disappear, lust simply disappears. You need to look in. Look in. Complete with every root pattern you are carrying. Complete with every root pattern you are carrying. Only when you complete, you will start the life. Life starts in you. Life starts in you when you complete with your root patterns. आप में उपस्थित मूल विचारधारा आपसे सभी अद्भुत चीजों को छीन लेती है. आप में उपस्थित हर मूल विचारधारा के साथ पूर्णत्व स्थिति लाइए. ध्यान से सुनिए. हवस काम कभी मूल सोच विचार नहीं हो सकता है. काम हमेशा किसी और मूल सोच विचार पर आधारित है. इसीलिए काम के साथ पूर्णत्व करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है. आप उसके पारे जा सकते हैं. जब आप उन मूल सोच विचारों के साथ पूर्णत्व करते हैं, आप देखेंगे कि आपका काम अदृश्य हो जाएगा. Only when you remove the root patterns, you will start trusting you. Understand, just understand. You take strong decisions with all your will. I will crush lust. I will crush fear. In 10 days, either you see a horror movie or pornography, all your decisions are lost. It's all in the air. You are down. Down with your patterns of fear or lust. What do you think will happen? When you fall few times, you will lose respect for you. That is why I tell you, before you complete with your root pattern, any effort you do for joy, liberation, contentment, bliss, enlightenment, everything is waste. I tell you, the first step, not only in spiritual life, life itself, is finding your root pattern and completing it. No master's teaching will work for you. No spiritual teaching will work for you till you find your root pattern and complete it. I have seen people coming and telling me, Swamiji, I practiced 30 years Ramana Maharshi's Atma Vichara, self-enquiry. I practiced 25 years mantra japa as prescribed by Ramakrishna and Ramakrishna Mission. I have practiced pranayama, kriyas, this kriya, that kriya, taught by this sampradaya, that guru. I only got depression, Swamiji. I tell you, till you find your root patterns and complete with it, any spiritual practice not only will not give desirable result, it is dangerous. Because you will be strengthening the broken parts. It is like in a bridge, there is a crack. If you strengthen both sides heavily, what will happen? That crack will become big and the bridge will give way. That is why in all my programs, first thing I tell people, find your root pattern and complete it. Only then I start initiating people into unclutching and enlightenment. Before helping them to find the root pattern and complete, even unclutching will not work. Inner Awakening Level 1 program is specifically designed to help you with identifying and completing with your root pattern. Coming July 1st to 10th, we have a program. And I also wanted to tell one more thing. Earlier I told all my followers to help others to find the root pattern. Now I wanted to make it very clear. You should help others to find their root pattern only after you completing with your root patterns. When you yourself are not complete, you cannot help others to find their root pattern. Not only that, you can find only others' conflicting patterns, which is like the branches of the root pattern. But the real root pattern can be discovered and destroyed only in the physical presence of an enlightened being. You can help them to find the conflicting patterns, but the root pattern itself can be discovered and completed and destroyed only in the presence of an enlightened being. जीवन का पहला कदम आपके मूल विचार के साथ पूर्णत्व करना होना चाहिए, नहीं तो कोई भी गुरु की शिक्षा ना ही आपके लिए बेकार है बल्कि आपके लिए करणाक है. इनर अवेकनिंग लेवल 1 इस कार्यक्रम का निर्माण आपके मूल सोच विचार की खोज करने और उसके साथ पूर्णत्व करने के लिए ही हुआ है. Conflicting patterns can be found by asking them to identify the 3 statements mamakara, ahankara and swa-anyakara that a person has during a conflicting situation. So all of you can help people to find these 3 statements and explain to them how they can do the Swapurnatva Kriya for removing the root pattern itself. You have to guide them to the master. To remove the root pattern itself, they have to come here. Understand, sometimes people ask me, what's the difference between I trying on my own and finding the root pattern and you helping? Difference is very simple. Abhimanyu directly breaking the Chakra Vyuha and going inside, and Krishna going inside. Krishna taking Arjuna inside. I warn you, if you do it on your own, it can have undesirable consequences for you, for the person you are working on, so do not do it. Abhimanyu got stuck inside the Chakra Vyuha, could never come out of the Chakra Vyuha, and he died eventually. Abhimanyu breaking the Chakra Vyuha and going inside, and Arjuna is taken by Krishna inside. Both there's a big difference. Simply that's all is the difference. ध्यान से सुनिए. जब तक आप अपने मूल विचारधारा के साथ पूर्णत्व स्थिति नहीं लाते हैं, आपके कोई भी अन्य प्रयास जैसे आनंद पाना, सफलता प्राप्त करना, धन संपत्ति को प्राप्त करना, आध्यात्मिक अनुभव को प्राप्त करना, कोई भी ऐसा अन्य चीज आप प्राप्त नहीं कर पाएंगे. इसीलिए सबसे पहले आपके मूल विचारधारा से पूर्णत्व स्थिति लाइए. When you don't find your root pattern and complete, your whole life is wasted in that root patterns. 1. Second, you don't find the purpose of your existence. Third, you will find Your whole life is just going. You are not heading anywhere. I have seen many people. Their whole day they are doing something, but they are not heading anywhere. I tell you, when you find your root pattern and complete, first thing will happen. You will find your purpose. Second, you will just see so much of time and life is in front of you. If you find the purpose of your life, in same one day, you will find you are having more than 72 hours. If you don't find the purpose of your life in same one day, you will have only less than 2 hours. Finding the purpose. आपने आप मूल सोच विचार के साथ पूर्णत्व करने और अवतार पुरुष के मार्गदर्शन और उपस्थिति में पूर्णत्व करने के बीच क्या अंतर है, यही समझिए। ये अंतर वही है जो अंतर अभिमन्यु चक्रव्यूह के भीतर स्वयं जाने और भगवान श्री कृष्ण के मार्गदर्शन और कृपा के साथ जाने में है। जब अभिमन्यु स्वयं चक्रव्यूह के भीतर गया और रणभूमि में जीवित नहीं रह पाया। अंडरस्टैंड, जब आप अपने मूल विचार धारा को पहचान के उससे पूर्णत्व स्थिति को नहीं लाते हैं, आप अपने जीवन का उद्देश्य को नहीं देख पाएंगे और आपने पूरा जीवन उसी मूल विचारधारा में फंस के अपना पूरा जीवन व्यर्थ करते हैं। Human life starts only after you discover your root patterns and complete it. Only after you find your root pattern and complete it, you will be able to identify and complete with your root pattern the presence of the Master. Only in the presence of the Master. Listen. I am not trying to keep the final control in my hand. No. I am just making it very clear. You can find conflicting patterns wherever you are. But to find the root pattern, you need to go deeper and deeper into your being. If you find your root pattern and complete, you will not be wasting your time in the same pattern of wasting life. I have seen people, they worry about the same thing and never do anything to break from that. Never take responsibility to break from that pattern, from that mentality, from that lifestyle. I tell you, in every school, this should be the first lesson taught to kids. Find your root pattern and complete with it. Find your root pattern and go beyond it. Finding your root pattern should be your basic need. That is why I opened the possibilities in all ways. My trained sannyasis will help you to identify your conflicting patterns first. You can call the number appearing in the screen. They will help you to find the conflicting patterns you carry. the root patterns with which you are suffering. हर पाठशाला में ये सबसे पहला सबक सिखाना है, मूल विचारधारा को पहचानना और उसके साथ पूर्णत्व स्थिति को लाना. Whether you want to experience bhakti, knowledge, enlightenment, jnana, energy, Atman, God, anything higher, first thing you need to do, find your root pattern and complete with it. That is why I opened all the doors. Either you can call now to the screen number appearing in your screen, 080-2727-9999. My sannyasis will be helping you to discover your conflicting patterns. And that's the reason I also opened first time the Inner Awakening Level 1 through two-way video conferencing. You can attend the program from your city through two-way video conferencing. From wherever you are, you will be able to discover your root pattern and complete with it. मेरे शिष्य, मेरे सन्यासी, आपके संघर्ष बारे विचारधारा को पहचानने में आपकी सहायता करने के लिए फ़ोन के माध्यम से उपलब्ध है. उनसे बात करने के लिए आपके टीवी स्क्रीन पे जो नंबर है, उस नंबर पर आप दिन के कोई भी समय डायल कर सकते हैं. आप जीवन में कोई भी उच्चतर अनुभव पाना चाहते हो, चाहे वो ज्ञान हो या भक्ति हो या आत्मा हो, पहले आपको अपने मूल सोच विचार को खोज कर उसके साथ पूर्णत्व करना होगा. I have seen people having cunningness as their root pattern. They can never get out of it. They will be constantly struggling with it. They will be constantly suffering with it. But never, they themselves will never be able to get out of it. They themselves will never be able to achieve the next level in their life. So sometimes they will be spending 20 years on the same job. They are stuck. They would not have seen any progress. They will not even know that progress is possible. They will not even know something called progress is possible in their life. That is why I always insist first on finding the root pattern and completing with it. अपने मूल सोच विचार के साथ पूर्णत्व के बाद ही आप अपने जीवन का लक्ष्य जान पाएंगे. केवल जब आप अपने जीवन का लक्ष्य जानते हैं, तब से ही आपका जीवन आरंभ होता है. तभी आप देखेंगे कि आपके पास बहुत समय है. आपके जीवन में पूर्णत्व का अनुभव करते हैं. इसीलिए मैं बार बार यही बात दोहराता हूं कि आप सबसे पहले अपने मूल विचारधारा को पहचान के उससे पूर्णत्व लाइए. Only when you discover your root pattern and complete with it, unclutching can help you, self-enquiry can help you, any kriyas can help you. Even your life living happily is possible. Till then you may build house, you will not be having home. Having house is different, having a home is different. House you have to construct, home you have to build. Forget about spiritual life, even your life does not start till you find your root pattern and complete with it. When you are complete with your root pattern, your whole being will be filled with so much. So much will be happening. You will be the most happening being. Happening beings are the happiest beings. Complete beings are the blissful beings. Incompletions lead to complications. I have seen people's incompletions leads to deeper and deeper complications. अपनी मूल विचारधारा के साथ पूर्णत्व के बाद ही आप अनक्लचिंग की टेक्निक कर सकते हैं, आत्मविचार की टेक्निक कर सकते हैं. यही नहीं आपके जीवन में आनंद का अनुभव भी आप तभी कर पाएंगे. अपूर्णता ही आपके जीवन में उलझन पैदा करता है. In Sanatana Dharma, the first thing you need to do, find your root patterns and complete. केवल जब आप अपनी मूल विचारधारा से पूर्णत्व स्थिति लाते हैं, तभी आपका जीवन आरंभ होता है और तभी आपके कोई भी आध्यात्मिक अभ्यास जैसे आत्मविचार या जप या पूजा पाठ सफल हो पाएगा. Everything in the life becomes reality only when you find your root pattern and complete it.
जीवन मुक्ति प्रदम देवम क्षमापूर्णम.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda is a rare living incarnation, a yogi by birth. He has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English, books in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese, with translations in 26 languages are available. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 8,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services, ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world offer exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. Having meditation centers in 151 countries including Bidadi, Tiruvannamalai, Rajapalyam, Salem, Hyderabad, Varanasi, Los Angeles, Ohio, Seattle, San Jose and Phoenix. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, a spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation. A contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers. Adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, he has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands, gracing them with spiritual powers. A spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples worldwide in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places like Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Tiruvannamalai in India. A dynamic young guru who is an inspiration to thousands of youngsters. India's most watched spiritual guru online. A beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.